Die Matrix! Sie wird dir nichts nützen, Autobot. Sie lässt sich nicht öffnen. Du armseliger Autobot, du hast nicht mal halb so viel Mut wie Optimus Prime.
Hey everyone, I'm away with work at the moment, as I am most bloody weeks at the moment. It's one of them things, unfortunately, when you have to work for a living, these are the kind of sacrifices you have to make. So, because I'm away, I do the usual thing and I take Transformers with me, just enough to keep me occupied for a little bit. But I got tagged in a video by Chris and Natalie. They put a series of questions forward. I'm not sure who started it to begin with, but I've been tagged, so I best actually answer these questions. I'm actually in Germany at the moment, in Kiel, which is quite nice actually. It's a nice city. It's nice to see different parts of the world. I've been out for my tea on my lonesome, but I had some nice traditional German food and some nice traditional German beer. Which is your favourite Transformer in your collection? My favourite Transformer in the whole collection would have to be MPP-10B, Wei Jiang, which is the oversized Optimus Prime in Nemesis Prime colours, which I really like. I think it's a beautiful piece of kit. Just really good. Nice. What's the most expensive Transformer in your collection? Now, if you know me, I don't pay any money for anything, so I don't think there's anything in my collection that's you would regard as expensive. What's the most valuable thing in my collection? That's a different matter. I still have the Transformers Generations Ghost Starscream that I picked up for 50p on a car boot sale. I know that's worth quite a bit, but in regards to value and things that are worth money, I don't know. Maybe my custom Rodimus Prime, which is one of a kind, which to me is pretty much priceless. Maybe I'll put that. I think that's the one. That's the one that's the most expensive. How many Transformers do you own? I don't know. A lot. Worst Transformer that you own? Transformers Star Wars crossover Death Star. Just don't bother. Don't even bother. It's an absolute waste of money. It's just, it's like you wrestle and wrestle with it for hours and hours. It's like bathing a cat. There's just no satisfaction involved with it at all. Best place to pick up Transformers? For me, obvious, car boot sales. I have the majority of my collection comes from car boot sales. Probably about between 80 and 90% is the stuff that I picked up during my jaunts, either car boot sales or charity shops and things like that. Very little that I actually buy brand new. I could count things. I know exactly where all the stuff's come from. I could just say to you, if I bought that, bought that. All these things here have either come through trades, or that one was from TFN, and this one was a trade again. But most of the stuff that I get is car boot sales. Worst place to buy Transformers? Okay, here we go. The worst place to buy Transformers, and good riddance, Toys R Us. Toys R Us was the worst shop, in my opinion, ever to buy Transformers from. It was just, I bought very little from there, and the only time I've actually bought things from Toys R Us was when it were either on special offer or it were mispriced. It was never a good place. And recently, when I've actually been in there, and when they had between 20 and 30% knocked off, even at 30%, the stuff is still overpriced crap. When you're picking up deluxe movie Transformers for like £22. No, absolutely not. And the thing is, people have been buying stuff from there for years, and it always makes me wonder why people used to go to Toys R Us to buy these things. I'm happy that Toys R Us is gone, because that gives all the other shops a better chance to actually make a living selling Transformers, and Hasbro have to sell Transformers. They just will be selling those Transformers on to different shops now. We might start seeing a lot more in the discount shops. We might start seeing things for a better price, especially in the UK where things are quite expensive when it comes to Transformers. Toys R Us used to make a monopoly on that. What do you want next? In the next 12 months or so, I would like to have some more Mech Planet, Legion type Transformers. There's an Optimus Prime coming out, a Sideswipe coming out. There's the Bumblebee that turns into a little steam train thing. All fantastic. So yeah, that's the stuff for me in the next stuff that I'm really looking forward to picking up. What do you want made? I would really like an official Impactor or an official Death's Head kind of Transformer made. Something like that would be really, really nice for my collection. In regards to characters from either Chug Line or Masterpiece or anything like that, there's nothing major that I'm yearning for, because most of the stuff's either been made by them or been made by some third party company. But I really would like to see a Death's Head, a decent Death's Head. But obviously, Death's Head characters owned by Marvel, so I don't think we'll be seeing anything from Hasbro. That being said, Impactor, a nice Impactor toy would be good. An official Impactor toy. I don't think there's actually been an official Impactor toy ever done. First Transformer I bought, and the first Transformer I ever had as a kid, I think was Topspin. I'm pretty much sure it was Topspin. My first ever Transformer I had when I was a kid. Official or 3P? Majority of my stuff that I have is official. I don't go out of my way to go for the 3P, but that being said, I like the stuff from Mech Planet. I like the stuff from Wei Jiang, and there's certain ones that I look at them and I just think, yes, they understand it. They know exactly what it is. The Wei Jiang stuff in particular, I do have quite a lot of that, and it's just, yeah, it's pretty damn good. My fave 3P at the moment, without a shadow of a doubt, is the Mech Planet stuff. The Mech Planet, in my opinion, have kind of changed the whole industry when it comes to third party, because third party toys used to be the thing that nobody could, well, normal Transformer fans couldn't really afford in great amounts. They would buy that one bot maybe once a month or once every couple of months for quite a large amount of money, and they were very, very happy to have that one particular toy. But all of a sudden Mech Planet come along and they start churning out smaller Transformers that are really, really well made, really, really well designed, and their stuff is really, really reasonable in regards to price. Now they must be churning them out in massive amounts to actually make a profit, as much as they do, because it doesn't look like they're trying to make stacks of money. They're making Transformers the same kind of size as Iron Factory, yet they're making it at half the price, even a quarter the price sometimes. So what are they doing, which Iron Factory aren't doing, to keep a living going? And it seems to me that it must be volume. That the volume that they're making is to make a certain amount of money. That's all I can think. I mean, we don't know. We speculate. We speculate that we think we know, but we don't really know. We just think we do. KO thoughts.
What?
I like a KO. I really do.
Uh-oh, retard alert! Retard alert, class!
And a lot of people say that knockoffs are ruining the industry, ruining this, ruining that and the other. Are they though? Are they? We don't know that. It seems to me that the profits that nobody actually throws around the actual profits that Hasbro and Takara make. And if you follow the trend on it and look at the profits that companies make over a set period of time, you can distinguish whether or not certain things like knockoffs or piracy or anything like that has been a big influence on it. Now, for instance, Nintendo, their biggest selling consoles that they've ever had were the Nintendo Wii and the DS. Just so happens that those two pieces of kit were the most pirated consoles ever made. Lots and lots of people bought, millions of people bought them just so that they could run pirate discs and flash carts and that kind of stuff on it. Yet Nintendo made ridiculous amounts of money off of those consoles, and it doesn't just end there. The PlayStation was a very, very massively pirated console. So was the PlayStation 2. Yet Sony made crazy money on it. Did they make money on the PSP? No. And that wasn't one that anybody could pirate, not easily anyway. So it makes you wonder, does piracy add to these kind of things? It's a debate for another day. I don't think that Takara and Hasbro suffer in the way that a lot of people make out they do. And they're saying that people are parasites for buying KO stuff. In a lot of the cases, if you buy crap from pound shops and stuff like that, people say that the KOs, they don't actually bear any resemblance to actual toys. A lot of them, like, they change into cars and tanks and all this kind of stuff, and they are original designs. So are they 3p or not? The old 3p KO thing is a very muddled thing these days. There's a lot of people regard the N01, which is the Megatron made by Wei Jiang. People say that that's a KO. But is it? Because it has the face that's very, very similar to the MP36 and a few other things that's like the MP36, but it's far superior to the MP36. And the transformation, and something on the feet that looks like a polygon and all the rest of it. So people class that as a KO because it has the face of Megatron. Yeah, if somebody released a 3p of Megatron that looked exactly the same. Intellectual property and KO, it's something we could debate for days and days. Just let people enjoy it. Fave character, Hot Rod.
Jetzt bist du am Ende deines Weges angelangt, gelbe Tron.
Favourite series. Now, my favourite series that my favourite line, I think, is probably Transformers Prime. And Transformers Prime, the actual cartoon, held because I really enjoyed it when I rediscovered Transformers, and I love the fact that it was aimed very much at the fanboy, and the story of it was really good. For computer graphics, it was very, very well animated, and yeah, it was just a really good line. The toys looked fantastic. You would never have thought that those toys would look anything like they did in the TV show, but they did. They looked exactly like how they were in the show. So yeah, for me, the one that, with the exception of one character which was never really done, which I may go back to, that question which was, what would you like to see done as a Transformer? I think I'd like to see a proper Transformers Prime Arachnid. Black Arachnia? Arachnid, yeah. The one that transformed into a helicopter, because the one that they did for Transformers Prime was terrible. And that, in my opinion, deserves a really, really good toy. Bay movies, do you love or hate them? I thought the first one was a really good film. I genuinely do, and I thought it was nicely made. It was pretty well cast. And in regards to what Michael Bay did with it, you can't really ask for more. He did exactly what he was supposed to do, but he should have stepped to one side and let somebody else take over the reins from there onwards, because they progressively just got worse and worse and worse until, God, the last one, Oh my. No. Did Hot Rod kill Optimus Prime? Yeah. I think he did. But the thing is, we all make mistakes in life. And now if you think about characters and characters that everybody loves and holds dear, most of them, the good ones, the really good ones, are flawed. Now the problem with Prime, Optimus Prime, is he's too pure. He's too pure of a character. For things to move forward, you need to have a certain amount of flawed in a character to make it to people to take it seriously. Otherwise, you end up with a character that's just unbelievable. Now, Optimus, let's be honest. Let's not beat about the bush here. It's pretty much dull. It's the most boring character out of all the ones that's in every single incarnation of him. He's just dull. And even in the movies, dull. And what do you do to have a character to work something against it? You have to have the character with a bit of edge. Now, take for instance Marvel. Who's the oldest character in the Marvel universe? Probably, I think this is correct, is Captain America. Is Captain America the most popular character in the Marvel universe? No, he's not. Who is? Spider-Man. And why is Spider-Man popular? Because he's a flawed character. Because he's relatable. Because people will like Peter Parker. People can relate to Peter Parker. Peter Parker has problems. All these kind of things. And that's what makes a good character. Somebody that's relatable. Hot Rod made mistakes. Hot Rod is the one that everybody blames for, and a lot of people blame him without really thinking about what the answer to this question is. He became the leader because he had to step up to the mark. He had to become the leader of his mistakes that he made. And he did a good job. And people don't give him credit for that. No, and what you got? Optimus Prime, who was just... What good would the Transformers movie been if Optimus Prime would have lived? Nobody would have liked it. Nobody would have wanted to see anything else after that. This fandom may have just ended right there and then. And a lot of people just look at Hot Rod as being the issue of why... Of all the problems No. Hasbro did the right thing. Hasbro's decision at the end of the day was to kill off Optimus Prime, and rightly so. Optimus Prime he deserved to die. Hot Rod was the right choice for it. Who else could you have had? Ultra Magnus? How dull would that have been? You name me one other character in that movie who would have made a better leader than Optimus Prime. Anyway, that was my Q&A thing. Am I supposed to tag people now? I will tag... I'd like to see TFR Wilderness do one of these. Because I know quite a lot of other people have done these already. So TFR Wilderness, go out there, dude, and make a video. Hope you enjoyed this. Anyway, auf Wiedersehen. Just picked up that, thought it were a mouse. It's not a mouse, is it?
Grimlock wird dich in den Hintern treten! Nun braucht Grimlock eine neue Strategie.